Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we review anything and everything. And today we're getting into the Flissa 16-in-1 multi-tool and the BiBury Multitools Pliers Pro. The BiBury is a clone of the Leatherman Surge, and the Flissa 16-in-1 is a clone of the Leatherman Wave. Link in the description for you to purchase them on Amazon, affiliated links. These are two different tools in terms of their weight in regards to their use, in terms of like, what you're getting from them. This one is more the beefier tool for bigger jobs. This one is the more portable tool for your mid or basic jobs. Is the easy way to describe it. There are some differences, though I did a full review on them already. Pretty much I'm going to hit on mainly the differences on them inside this video. Here we have the flat edge knife. The BiBury is a lot longer, and when I say call them by their brand name, the BiBury and the Flissa, know that I'm referring to the Surge Clone equivalent and the Wave Clone equivalent. So both of these, just to get out the way, the BiBury runs for $59.99 or pretty much $60. The Flissa runs for $29.99 or pretty much $30. Now, both of them often have a coupon with them, but that's not always guaranteed. So just know, sometimes you get a coupon with that price, sometimes you won't. Now, the Flissa has its file on this side, the same side as the flat edge knife, while the BiBury has it on the other side. They both work fine. This is detachable, where you can attach a saw. One thing I want to hit on is the fact that, excuse me, that this tool, the BiBury, is going to be very reliant on its additional tools. You are going to need that for it to be more of a complete tool, where the Flissa, you don't. Here goes the saw. And this one's saw blades is here on the side. And there's two different ones. You have your serrated blades, serrated knives. You could see the BiBury is just a lot bigger, and it's just a heavier tool in general. Here you go, the pliers. We'll try to run through this pretty quick, you guys. You can see the pliers, they're both pretty much the same, but just one's a lot more beefier and larger. The BiBury needs to be broken in a little bit more because it can be opened up a lot more wider than what it is. While the Flissa, that's its limit. So you can see here, the BiBury can open up wider, but on average, it doesn't. When I open up a regular without forcing it, you can see that they open up pretty much like the same. So it's got to get more loosened. Now, one thing I want to point out that I think is a plus with the BiBury, there's so much, whether you're like me, you don't have nails, or you have nails, it's so much easier to open up and get the tools out. One, because the grip piece here is a lot bigger and chunkier for you to get to. And secondly, there's no resistance when you pull them out. They come out just easy. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it has a locking mechanism. So you don't have to feel like the tension is needed for it holding it in place, because it locks. So that's fine. I'm going to get all the tools out on both of these things first, both of these tools, and then we're going to compare them. This one right here has a spring feature to it. Once again, no tension, but that's fine because it locks. And then you don't have to worry about that. So I think that's very interesting. Now, the first time that I had reviewed the Flissa, I didn't have a problem getting the tools out. I feel like, at least I don't remember having a problem getting the tools out. But I feel, and like I said, I'm kind of a weird exception because I don't have nails. Now, the screwdriver part doesn't have a problem getting out. The other tools, I sometimes, when I don't have nails, I have a problem getting out. So if you're one of those guys who cuts your nails very low, you might be like me, where you have some trouble sometime getting the tools out. So just be mindful of that, that the Flissa, I come to realize now, is not as easy for me to get the tools out. And part of that, like I said, is my fault for not having nails, but yet I like the fact that regardless if you have nails or not, the BiBury comes out without a problem. And that's not an issue at all. I want to make sure I don't cut myself, because sometimes with these tools, you're pulling things out and that can happen. So here, like I mentioned before, and I'm going to have to get me something to get this tool out. With the fact that you have someone like me who doesn't have nails, and the fact that this has a lot of tension to get the tool out, where the BiBury has no tension at all. That's what I like about it. It's easier to grip to get it out, and then there's absolutely no tension on it at all. So that is very interesting, and a positive in my viewpoint. Everyone's different. Maybe you have nails. That's not a problem. Me, on the other hand, I'm using a BiBury to get this bottle opener out. But anyway, so few things I want to jump into when it comes to this. One, taking a look at the screwdriver. This has a double-sided Phillips bit. Now, this has a Phillips and flathead bit. I feel the Flissa is a little more less dependent, if you will, on needing any additional parts, because it doesn't have any additional tools that come with it. This, having the double-sided Phillips, you have two flathead bits here. And so you would have to come into your pouch to get those if you wanted to use it in the bit form. But it makes up for it for the fact that you've got two large and small flathead screwdrivers there, which some people might feel that seems redundant when you're considering the pouch. But when you don't have the pouch on you, that actually makes sense. So for anyone who's had reviews where it said that seems like a little bit of a redundant tool, I think that's where that part makes sense. If you don't carry this pouch on you, you need those. Otherwise, you don't have a flathead, or you're going to have to be carrying somewhere on your person those flathead bits. And at that point, if you're going to be carrying them in your pocket, one of them, you might as well just be carrying the pouch just so you don't lose it. So I think to some degree that makes sense. I don't remember, I'm sorry, if I pulled out the scissors previously on this one. And I think that I did, but it was the scissors in comparison to these scissors. And I love scissors like this. The ergonomics of them is just bigger. They flow better. They're great for things like arts and crafts. I like that. Both of these will probably cut paracord with not a problem. I'm sure they will. But bigger scissors to me, and on the outside, really cater to a more domesticated tool of, you're using around the house. Maybe you got, arts and crafts with the kids. Because to be honest, everyone uses these tools differently. I use these tools more for just a very basic domesticated use. I got toys for the kids that, that need me to get into the battery compartment. I got a screwdriver. I need to open up a box from Amazon, or I need to open up a toy, like box in terms of a new toy came in the mail for the kids. I use the knife. If I got to do arts and crafts with the kids, I have the scissors. So a lot of that, I use a lot of domesticated stuff with these. So things like that, and the scissors being on the outside, for me, make a big difference, especially as opposed to them being tucked away and they're small. But everybody's different. For some people, a tool like this, you don't want it on the forefront because you're like, that's not what I'm using this for. I'm using this for more hardcore, less domesticated stuff. But I just want to point that out there. So this tool right here, overall, just seems to not really need or rely on the idea. It's more like self-contained, where this one definitely feels like it relies on this, in which way it should be. It's like you have this additional tool set for you to carry it with it, and it makes it a better tool. So that's one of the main differences between these two tools in that regard. So with that being said, I would say pick the one that you feel suits you. I personally like the BiBury a little bit better because the ease of use. I like the scissors on it, on the outside, the tool set, how they're laid out. I definitely feel that the quality of the fleece is very good, but I feel that, and it's a lot more portable too. It's definitely like a self-contained device versus this one. Um, I wouldn't necessarily need to be using all the other bits on it and whatnot, all the other things. I'm not really a saw person either, but nonetheless, if you want this tool to feel complete, you would carry that with you. But great. But one thing that's great is it all fits on the same pouch, so it's not like you have to, carry them separately, like they feel like separate weight. This is more the type of tool though that you would probably throw into your duffel bag or in your car, as opposed to on your person. Where this one you could probably get away with that a little bit more because it's smaller. Like I said, link in the description for you to purchase on Amazon. Throw your comments down below if you have any thoughts. If you have these, what are your thoughts on them? If you have them, are you looking to get something like this? Or are you looking to get yourself a Leatherman version? Do you want to know how to compare or whatnot? Put any kind of thoughts you have down below inside the comment section. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.